Everyone, is your family really safe? Dangerous moments caught on tape. Violence is never acceptable. And what happens when the violence is at the hands of the very people you trust the most? And that's what happened to the victims in these next clips, because they were all harmed by loved ones, people who should be protecting them. Here with these downright disturbing videos, our good friend, entertainment reporter Siafa Lewis. Welcome, Siafa. What about these videos you got for us today?
Well, as you just stated so eloquently, there is nothing more important in our personal relationships than trust. It essentially is the bond that ties. Unfortunately, it's often those that are closest to us or those in positions of authority that turn on us the quickest and that betray that trust.
Okay, so we're going to get right to it. The first clip starts as a domestic disturbance in a truck. It escalates into a life-threatening ordeal.
We have a couple that gets into a fight. They jump into separate cars. The ex-boyfriend actually chases her in the car, tries to run her off the road. She gets out of the car. She's now on foot. And then you're going to see their relationship have a crash ending. So you see her there. She pauses, looks back. What is she looking at? She's looking at her ex-boyfriend. Check this out. Full speed. That pickup truck, Maury, drives full speed into the store. He hits the store owner. The store owner, thankfully, was okay. You see the customers walking around. They're confused. He gets out of the truck. You see it one more time in slow motion. Just destroys everything in sight. He steals a car, tries to get away, and then crashes that into a bread truck. He crashes the car he steals into a bread truck. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
First, he crashes through the store window and then takes on a bread truck.
He went to the hospital. He was released. He was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault,
I would think.
reckless endangerment, and theft of property, and he was held on $2 million bond.
Woo. Let's move on.
Please.
You know, there's always a class clown, and sometimes it's not a laughing matter.
So we have the teacher at the front of the class. You have 2 students. They're playing around. The teacher warns them, cut it out. They persist. They keep doing what they're doing, keep smacking one another. They're kids. He's, listen, I'm telling you to stop. Cut it out. I got it. I got it. He turns back to the blackboard, and once again, they go at it. He's had enough. Bam! I told you once, I told you twice. He literally knocks him off his seat. Wow.
And they told me that old school was dead. All right, so now the parent in this next clip took apparently the love of baseball a little too far, and his child suffered the consequences.
Absolutely. We've discussed trust between significant others. We've discussed trust between teachers. With parents, you just assume that trust is there. Sadly, this parent stepped way over that line because he loves baseball, or it's just crazy.
Take a look.
Do you see the father there, the stepfather actually on the left? He's got something in his hand. The kid drops the baseball. He starts beating him with a leather belt. He's going to town on this little kid because he didn't catch the ball correctly. Repeatedly. You see the kid crying. He's in pain. He's just viciously beating him with a leather belt repeatedly, over and over again. Listen to this, but listen to this.
That's enough. There's got to be a better way to treat him than teach him with a ball like that. Why don't you come over here and teach me?
That is the next door neighbor who was actually filming the violence going on. You don't usually hear the person behind the camera, but there he obviously confronted the stepfather. So thanks to that good Samaritan, that father had to resign from his job. He's also arrested on suspicion of felony child abuse, held on $100,000 bail. Here's the most shocking thing. That father was actually an elected city official.
Oh, really?
Yes. He was forced to resign. That's the good thing.
Okay. Next, we have a woman in a clip who was involved in a custody battle with her ex. Little did she know that the battle would turn into a fight for her life.
Yeah, we know that custody battles turn ugly, tempers rise. It's very unfortunate. This lady's ex took his aggression to an entirely different level.
Take a look.
Pumping gas while waiting for her ex to drop off her son. This Florida mom was about to face her worst nightmare. An argument ensued when her ex began to douse her with gasoline. In a terrifying rage, he sets her on fire.
Okay, but first of all, she's on fire. She's burning. She's running there. You want her just to stop, drop, and roll, but she's running. She's afraid for her life. She had called 911 earlier in the day. She had to get off of the phone. Absolutely crazy. The thing you didn't see, he actually chased her with a machete. The guy was absolutely insane. She suffered burns to 15% of her body. She has survived. She is okay. What happened to
what happened to him?
The jerk? He was arrested and charged with attempted first-degree murder. Justice. Some justice.
Now, when you're at work, when you're at a place of employment, you know, your manager is supposed to keep the peace and also respect the employees.
Supposed to, key word
Right.
there. Especially in a retail environment, a manager is supposed to supervise, but also keep the employees reasonably comfortable. You're going to see a manager at a McDonald's who serves up way more than a Big Mac to his employee.
Take a look.
So you see the manager there in that, you see the red arrow, and you have a 17-year-old now who's going to come in the picture. He's getting his post-work meal. The manager isn't happy with it. Bam! He gets him in a headlock, then he slams him into the counter. The kid can't fight back. He starts punching him at point-blank range in his face repeatedly, over and over. Watch this. He's going to slam that kid's face into a counter. And you see his employees there, they're just standing there, they're in shock. They're not doing anything, they can't do anything, they're afraid of the guy. Absolutely unbelievable. The police finally come, they arrest him. That kid was beaten so badly. He had a broken nose, a busted lip. He had to get stitches, his left eye was swollen shut. That manager was arrested, pled guilty to aggravated assault. He later apologized.
See Alpha Lewis, everybody.
Next,
Granny's gone wild.
real-life video moments of the elderly caught in life or death situations,
What's that car?
including this 80-year-old woman. Laverne's parachute harness began to slip in the craziest skydiving video you'll ever see.
She is with us today, Stan.
This senior citizen cheated death, and she's here live in our studio to tell us how she did it.
Weren't you scared?
No, not really.
Are you a bully who has changed their ways and you would now like to apologize for your actions? If so, call The Maury Show at 1-888-45-MAURY. That's 1-888-45-MAURY.
We got ADT because